Everybody's talking about the life insurance business. How is it so lucrative? How are young people driving around in supercars? How are you affording all these trips and vacations? But what you don't see is all the late nights, the early mornings, wanting to quit, people quitting on you. So let's talk about the hard truths of what running an insurance business really looks like. My name is Nick Geyer. I've been in the insurance industry now for 3 years. I started 3 years ago with $0 in my bank account, 3 years later making over $1 million in a year. And today I'm gonna share with you the lessons I've learned through the journey of building a life insurance business. These are not secrets. This is the reality that nobody tells you when coming into the insurance industry, and you'll end up finding out when you're deep in. Knowing this information is gonna save you potentially an entire career or even years of frustration in the insurance industry. Number one, this is a sales business first and an insurance business second. What does that mean? You have to be good at sales. You have to seek guidance from people that are doing successful, from top producers, from mentors. You have to be practicing. This isn't an industry where you just come in and start making a ton of money. That's impossible. That's a lie that you've been told your whole life. You have to be good at sales in order to be successful in this industry. The resources in our company are provided to you for free. There's a ton of them. The product is proven and it's guaranteed to sell and work. You're the one behind the screen. You're the one selling the product. You're the problem if you're not selling it, because everyone else in our company is selling it. We just got back from our company convention. There is over 5,000 agents that made it to Vegas. 5,000 agents made over $100,000. That's what it takes to qualify for a trip like that. So you gotta ask yourself, if there's 5,000 people in the company making over 100 grand, 6 figures in the industry, why aren't you? Number two, rejection isn't personal, it's just part of the process. Sometimes in this industry, no's are a good thing, because the more no's you get, the closer you are to a yes. Breaking this down, if you run 6 presentations in a row and each presentation is an hour, on average, you're gonna make $1,000 per sale. So let's say you run 6 presentations, that cost you 6 hours. And on that 7th presentation, you made a sale, you just made $1,000. So people get caught up in, they're getting told no a lot, but you only worked 7 hours and you just made $1,000. At the end of the day, it is a numbers game. When you put the stress on the numbers, it takes all the stress off of yourself. On average, you're gonna sell 1 out of 3 people. So sit with 15 people every single week. The more, the better. The more sales you're gonna make. Now, if you don't present to a lot of people, that's when the stress would become your problem, because you're simply not putting in the work. If you're not working, you're not making money. If you're presenting, you're making money. So detaching your emotions to the result is what's gonna get you the results. But just keep putting in the work and keep pumping it out, and it's gonna pay out. Number three, warm market dries up fast. If you're with a company that's telling you to sell friends and family, run away as fast as you can immediately. You need to get with a company that provides you free, warm leads. From what I've seen in our company, agents that are making multiple 6 figures in our industry, they're not only able to successfully sell all the leads and resources that are provided to us, but they collect referrals from the leads that are given to us, and they maximize all those results and make multiple 6 figures. That's how you're seeing agents make millions of dollars driving Ferraris that aren't even old enough to drink alcohol yet. Number 4, consistency trumps intensity any day of the week. The hallmark of excellence and the true test of greatness is consistency. You have to be consistent in this business over intensity. It's easy to go intense for a day. It's easy to be motivated for a day, but can you wake up? Can you do the same thing over and over and over again consistently with the same amount of energy? We see people that have been in sales and other companies come over and think they're good at sales just because they've done it before, but get humbled very quickly. You have to use and maximize the resources that are provided for you, and you have to learn from other people that are doing well in this company, because at the end of the day, it's a different product. You sold a different product before, you're selling a different product now, so you have to treat it like you're brand new in sales in order to be successful in this industry. So for example, myself, my goal was never to be a top producer. I've had very high producing months, but I was very consistent. Every month writing above 15,000, being super consistent and teaching other people to be able to do above average numbers, nothing special, putting all the intensity and focus and consistency on building a business, and that's how I got to where I'm at today. Number 5, you are your own bottleneck and your best asset. The most important thing in this industry over anything is to have a positive mindset. You're always gonna wanna think negative. Negative things happen every single day in this business. You're getting hung up on, people are telling you no, you go all the way through a presentation, you ask for someone's bank account, and they tell you they're not gonna give you that over the phone. All these things that happen, computer crash, everything is gonna go wrong in this industry. You have to keep a positive mindset, be optimistic, and think positive. Your circle you're surrounding yourself in. If your friends aren't positive towards the business, if your family's not positive and supportive for the business, sorry to say, but you have to cut those people off and keep them away from you. Negativity will get in your mind and will affect your whole mind. Because what that's gonna do, if people are reaffirming the thoughts that you're having negatively in your mind, they're gonna tell your mind that you're right. And you're gonna soon believe all these negative thoughts are true, and you're gonna burn yourself right out of this industry. I had an agent on the team that got told no a couple times on presentations back to back. He told me, I'm the worst salesman ever. I said, what'd you say? He said, I'm the worst salesman. I said, tell me you're the best salesman. He said, I'm the best salesman. I said, yell at me and tell me you're the best salesman. With his chest, he yells at me, I'm the best salesman. I said, scream it, I'm the best salesman. That next call, he went in and he sold the next client. So what does that tell you? That tells you that when you tell yourself you're the best, you perform the best. And you have to believe at all times you're the best in sales in order to make sales. Number 6, you must find a mentor. You don't just get born into success. Why would you reinvent the wheel and try to Albert Einstein the light bulb? It may take you 30 years when you could expedite that process, learn from somebody that's walked in the path exactly where you're going. They already cleared the way. All you got to do is listen to them. The best leaders, at some point, were the best students. You must be a student of the game. You must find a mentor. You must do everything that they say, because they will teach you exactly what they did in order to get exactly where they're at. Back in the day, I used to box and fight amateurly. My first fight, I came in with an ego. I did not listen to my mentor at all. He was a professional fighter. I should have listened to him. I had an ego. I thought I was just gonna go in and knock the guy out. All I practiced was offense. Well, when I went into the ring, I had an epiphany that I didn't know defense. So what happens if he throws punches at me? I exerted my gas tank. I had no air in my tank left. I got my kicked in front of everybody. My second fight, it's kind of like a kid where he touches the stove in order to realize that it burns, right? Second fight, I walked in there. I actually practiced my defense for months. I went in the ring. I was cool, calm, and collected because I knew the punches were coming. And I went in and I got a second round knockout. That's why it's so important to listen to somebody that's been there and done that, because they know exactly what they're talking about, and it's a must that you find a mentor that does better than you in any area in order to succeed in that industry. So number 7, financial management is crucial in this business. Now that you've made it this far in this video, I can tell you're very interested and you're probably gonna do very well in this business. The reality is you're gonna get paid, and you're gonna get paid a lot of money very quickly. So it's one thing to make it to success, but it's even harder to maintain success. So you must stay away from drugs, alcohol, and the nightlife, because when you're under the influence of doing stupid things, you'll make poor decisions and spend all of your money. Back when I was in that situation, I first started making a lot of money. I would go out a lot and blow my money. I'm talking spending $20,000 in a single night. I almost went all the way back to ground zero. So you work all this time in order to save up a lot of money, and you could blow it by just poor situations. So you must be developed mentally and have discipline to maintain your finances and not make stupid decisions in order to maintain the success. At the end of the day, guys, whatever you think is true. Some people are gonna say, yeah, sales, it's not for everybody. This industry's not for everybody. If you believe that it's not for everybody, guess what? It's not gonna be for you. If you believe this industry is for you, it will be for you. I realized that during my wrestling career and my fighting career. There was people that were way better than me, but I developed this grit, this determination, this belief in my mind that I was just better than them. And through believing that, I would end up beating kids that I had no business beating. So whatever you think in anything in life, not only just in this business, will become true. Read the book As a Man Thinketh by James Allen, and it will change your life and career completely. If you don't follow me yet on Instagram, click the link in the description. I post a ton of things about insurance, tips, tricks, wisdom, all that. Go ahead and give me the follow. I'll see you guys on the next video.